Hello everyone, we are Group 4 from the Data Analysis course. In today's presentation, we will investigate the relationship between pollution and economic growth. This is our team behind the project. In recent years, the relationship between environmental quality and economic performance has become an increasingly important global issue. This study focuses on the question, does pollution reduce a country's GDP per capita? Using data from 25 countries in 2022, the analysis compared levels of air pollution measured by PM2.5 concentration with GDP per capita. The dataset includes a diverse range of countries, from wealthy and clean nations to poor and more polluted ones, allowing for a broad comparison by examining their difference. The study aims to explore whether higher levels of pollution are associated with lower economic output.
Moving on to the data section, I will briefly introduce the dataset we use to answer our main question, does pollution reduce a country's GDP? To ensure our analysis is objective and comprehensive, we collect data from the year 2023 across 25 different countries. This sample was carefully selected to represent a diverse range of economic and environmental situations. It includes wealthy nations like the US and Canada, developing economies, some of the most polluted countries like Bangladesh and Pakistan, extremely clean nations like New Zealand, and our Southeast Asian region. We focus on two main variables. First, to measure environmental health, we use PM2.5 concentration measured in micrograms per cubic meter. This is the standard index used by the World WHO. Just for context, WHO considers a level under 5 as clean and safe, while anything over 25 indicates heavy pollution.
Explore the link between environmental quality and economy. We developed 5 different visualizations where we have various charts from the distribution box plot to correlation matrix. I would like to highlight the two most significant charts that tell the main story of our research. First, let's look at chart 1, which is a scatter plot showing the relationship between PM2.5 and GDP. At first glance, you can see the individual data points for each country. However, by applying a regression analysis, we add this trend line to see the bigger picture. The line has a negative slope, which visually confirms the inverse relationship we've been discussing. As pollution goes up, GDP generally goes down. While the scatter plot shows some outlier, meaning countries that don't fit the pattern perfectly. The overall trend is undeniable. This chart is crucial because it bridges the gap between raw data points and our final statistical conclusions. Moving to chart 2. By ranking countries by their GDP and coloring them by pollution levels, we see a striking pattern. The green and yellow bars representing cleaner air and greener air are dominated by high-income nations. By high-income nations like Singapore and the US. In contrast, as we move to the right, the bars get shorter and turn red. This clearly illustrates that poor nations often bear the heaviest burden of air pollution, creating a cycle of environmental and economic challenges.
Let's look at the most technical part of our study, the regression analysis. If you look at the screen, you will see a regression line with a negative slope of minus 0.003. Why this number seems small? It tells a big story. For every unit increase in air pollution, there is a measurable decline in economic output per person. We can see this clearly when comparing countries. Nations with high pollution levels, such as Bangladesh and Pakistan, are positioned at the bottom right of our chart, showing much lower GDP per capita. Why does this happen? We analyze that it isn't just about numbers, it's about people. High pollution leads to increased healthcare costs, reduced labor productivity due to illness, and a lower quality of life. To wrap up our presentation, let's summarize our key findings. Our study provides compelling evidence of the interplay between the environment and the economy, with an R squared of 37.5% and a correlation of minus 0.61. We can confirm a moderate to strong inverse relationship. As nations move into higher income brackets, there is a clear and visible trend towards improved air quality. However, our final message is this: wealth is not only solution, since GDP doesn't explain 100% of the data. We see outliers that prove government interventions is vital. That is our close presentation. Thank you for your listening.